What's up, everybody? I'm Jared Seymour. It's the Brownwaterb Banter podcast, and we're coming through you live through the internet once again in the middle of COVID-19 and the social distancing that it's caused. Today, I'm talking with Eric from Lost Pizza Company in Ocean Springs. Eric, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for taking the time to jump on here at last minute like you did and do this interview, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, we did have you on the weekend shout out that we did a couple weeks back. But I'd kind of like to know a little bit more about you and how you got into the pizza business, how you opened up Lost Pizza in Ocean Springs.
Okay. Well, actually, the owners are actually Brad and Tara Elliott.
Okay.
They're originally from the Delta, where Lost Pizza started back in 2007. Brad and Tara actually live here now in Ocean Springs, so they are local owners with their two boys. One of them just graduated from Ocean Springs Tuesday, so big shout out to Wesley over there for graduating.
Yeah, nice.
So the way Lost Pizza came to be here in Ocean Springs, Brad has a brother who lives in Tupelo that opened the first Lost Pizza franchise, and Brad and Tara had worked with John Mark and Emily in that process, and along with some other restaurant ventures that they had, and they just decided it was time, and they found Ocean Springs. They have family down here, and said, you know what, this is going to be a great place to raise our two boys and do something for ourselves. So Lost Pizza is very eclectic. If you've never been here, we were founded in 2007, like I said, in Indianola, Mississippi, the little Delta, and we've grown to 16 franchises, I believe, total. We've got a couple of more opening up. We're primarily a Mississippi-based company. We do have one in Pensacola, a couple in Arkansas, and a couple in the Memphis area. But primarily, every other restaurant is from South Haven all the way down to Ocean Springs and everything in between. If you've never been, like I said, to Lost Pizza, we are very eclectic. You are going to see just random things all over the place. We have a wildebeest. We have concert posters. We have vintage signs from Ford's Nursery and Garden Center. But we are just a laid-back, relaxed pizza place. We have more than just pizza. We have wings, pasta, sandwiches, and all that. But pizza is our main forte. It's what we do.
Yeah, I've been there before. I do remember the tamales. We had those. I think I told you that last time when we spoke.
Yeah.
Those things were amazing, man. I was really blown away. And my son, my 10-year-old, actually ate them and liked them too. So that was impressive.
Yeah, that's our tamales are made for us by Hot Tamale Heaven, which is in the Delta. So when we start getting low, we call them up. He makes them, drives them right on down to us. So you're not going to find a better tamale on the coast. I know I may be biased, but I'll stand by that. I mean, they're absolutely amazing.
Nice. So what's it been like? I think today, correct me if I'm wrong, is today the first day, which May the 7th, that you're actually able to start letting people in for dine-in at a reduced capacity. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, today is the first day that restaurants are allowed to open at 50% capacity. That's dine-in, patio combined. For us, it's going to be about 45 guests that we're going to be able to allow in. We talked about it, and we just weren't comfortable yet. We wanted to make sure that everything was safe, everything was perfect for our guests before they came back in and dined with us, because we really want to see our guests. So we actually pushed ours back. We're going to open up Sunday for Mother's Day at 11 a.m. We just wanted to make sure, the tables were ready. Everything was, perfect for when our guests did come back in. And so far, we've had a couple of phone calls asking if we were doing dine-in, and they were really understanding, and they got it. We're still doing great curbside, great pickup. We're still doing great delivery through Waiter and stuff like that. So Sunday being Mother's Day, it ought to be quite interesting to see, how many folks are coming out for Mother's Day.
Yeah. What are some of the things that y'all are doing? You say making sure the tables are ready. Like, how have you had to, adjust to the, when you reopen? Because I got a feeling that some people are going to be, it's going to be a different environment, right? It's not going to be like walking into a restaurant a month or 2 months ago, however long we've been in the middle of all this, right? People are going to be a little nervous, right?
Oh yeah. So what we've had to do is we've had to look at our floor plan with our booths and our tables and make sure that we're going to be able to space those out, for that 6 foot distance, that social distancing. So we've had to, remove some tables, put them off in the corner, the chairs, every other booth, just so we can have that social distancing guideline that we have to have, and just going through and just deep cleaning like we always do, but just taking a little more attention to some of the details, of just getting everything cleaned up and sanitized properly. So when we do open back up on Sunday for lunch, these are the tables that we have. It's going to be weird. It's going to be, we've gone through this for, like 2 months now, like you said, and it's going to be weird to have our guests coming back in. We still want to see them. We still see them, but it's going to be weird to have them actually sitting in the tables, being physical in the building. It's going to be kind of weird.
Yeah, and the logistics, like you're mentioning, you got to get your planning right, and then understand. I'm assuming wiping down things that we would have took for granted. Like I'm sure doors and handrails and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah. So I mean, every couple of hours, as soon as the guest walks away from the counter, it's being wiped down, it's being sanitized. A team member comes in and out of the door, that handle's got to be wiped down. It's like you said, it's those things that we really just haven't, we never really thought about until
That's right.
This.
That's right. You figure the table and the silverware and wiping that down,
the plates, and stuff like that. But nobody really ever thinks about, the door handles and stuff like that. So, but over the last 2 months, it's become a habit. We've built that habit now. So, the staff knows as soon as somebody's walking away, it's, the phone, it's the credit card keypads are all being sanitized. We're sanitizing things that nobody's even touched.
Right. That's right. I wanted to ask you, I know we're kind of semi coming out of the end of this, hopefully coming out of the end of this, but like, how was it going through those 2 months for y'all? Like I mentioned, we spoke already before, briefly. It wasn't a full episode here, but y'all were doing some very creative stuff, I felt like, with the build your own pizza kit for kids. And it was really cool to see businesses, and I saw a lot do it, kind of adapt in their own way. And y'all did some creative stuff.
Yeah. It was really weird at first. Excuse me. We didn't know what we were going to do that first week. So we did have to start thinking outside the box. You mentioned the kids' pizza kits. We're going to still have those. It's great for not just kids, but for adults as well. It's a fun thing. We did very well. We can't complain. Our takeout and our pickup was, still, very well. We stayed, very busy. But having to think outside the box, that's what we had to do. So, curbside is not thinking outside the box, but it's something we never offered. So we started offering curbside, the payment options over the phone. And people were very receptive to that. And, that'll continue once we are able to have folks come into the dining room, and we'll continue that. We'll continue the kids' pizza kits. We had just gotten prepared. We were going to start doing, bingo on Monday nights, inside the building, just to kind of, beef up a Monday. Mondays are typically slow. We just wanted to have some fun. So when that didn't happen, now every Monday night you get to spend an hour with me, Facebook Live, from my backyard where we play bingo. We reached out to other local small businesses in the area and said, hey, do y'all want to partner up with us, for, prizes, for bingo, just to keep our guests interactive and, show support for other local businesses, and it's gone very well. I don't know what it's going to be like when I'm not sitting in my backyard on a Monday night and calling bingo through my phone, and answering comments. Now I'll be inside the building and I'll get to see that excitement when somebody yells bingo. So it's been weird to say the least, but we're still seeing our guests, when we run food out to them. We're still interacting with them through our social media, and they're calling us, and so we're doing well. I can't complain, but we are definitely ready to kind of put this all behind us and get back to, I guess, what the new normal will be, which nobody knows what that'll be.
That's for sure, man. That is definitely very well said. Who knows what the new normal is going to be? But yeah, I really dug that. I like the way y'all adapted there. You were one of the people that kind of cut through the Facebook feed that I saw doing something like, oh, that's pretty interesting, And I didn't realize that you were partnered up with other local businesses. So that's
Yeah.
really cool too.
Initially, we started when we did the Facebook Live Bingo the first time. We only played with 10 players, and we just gave away a local gift card for Lost Pizza. So we had a lot of interest coming into that, and more people wanted to play. So now we usually end up playing with anywhere from 20 to 25 people. So I think the first one we reached out to was the Fudge Shack, and I think Sugar Tribe. Sugar Tribe was doing some cookies that were shaped like pizzas, and kids could decorate them. So we reached out to them, and then like Zellner Automotive and Sports Shack and all these other places. We reached out and said, hey, would you want to partner up? It's we want to support other local businesses. Some of our guests may not know about Marina Cottage Soap Company. I had never been in there until I stopped in and talked to Sue, and it's a pretty amazing place. So we wanted to make sure that it just wasn't about us as Lost Pizza. We wanted to say, hey, there's other small businesses out there that are going through the same thing that we are, and we want to see if we can reach out through our audience, and spotlight them as well.
Yeah, I've mentioned it a few times before that I hope when this is all over with, there's going to be a lot of negative that comes out of it, negative effects on businesses, on people's lives, but hopefully there's some positive stuff that can come out of this as well. And I think you're touching on that with those last comments that you made. People getting to know businesses that they didn't even realize were here, and they're right in their backyard. People like Brian David creating the support local businesses during COVID-19 group, 10,000 or so people, I think last time I looked at. And that group was just where I posted to get in touch with you here.
Yeah.
I'm constantly seeing, like you're saying, the same thing, businesses that I wasn't even aware of, through this. And hopefully things like that through the internet, through those groups, people can stay in contact with one another, whether it's business to business or, consumers looking for businesses, and I don't know, keep those relationships, moving forward. Once this is all over with.
Yeah, I mean that's a great thing. The support website, for the COVID-19 of South Mississippi, it's every day, it's every minute that something's popping up, and I hope that stays open as well. Even when this is all said and done, because it is a good networking tool.
Right.
For not just businesses, but if somebody's looking for something particular on the coast, they can, instead of just reaching out through Facebook to the friends they know, this support group, which is made up of every different type of person, business on the coast, somebody's going to know what they've got and where to find it. And, it's been a great help for us because, had that not come up, I wouldn't have known about, some of the local businesses that we partnered up with for bingo. And, there is going to be negative when this all wraps up. I don't want to see any business go down. I hope every business comes back stronger than they were when all this happened. So that's why it's important, as local businesses, whether you're in direct competition with them or no competition at all, is you get out there and try to support them as much as you can, and just to help everybody out, because it's like you said, it's some folks' livelihood. It's their retirement. It's their life, And, they didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. It happened. We had to adapt. And, so I hope everybody comes back stronger and, not from not being on the coast, my entire life. I will say this about people on the coast is they are very, very supportive of each other, resilient, and they work together and, no matter what's thrown at us, we always come back stronger.
That's right. It reminds me a lot of hurricanes. The last real bad one, of course, Hurricane Katrina. The internet kind of wasn't as mature as it is now. So this is, it's a different perspective to see a disaster like this. It's different. It's not a hurricane. It's a kind of an invisible enemy, like you've heard on the news. And for people around here, it's not as tangible, right? But it's been cool to see. You always see it in small, like in your neighborhood after hurricane, people bonding together, sharing things, sharing information, helping, take a tree down or whatever needs to happen. And now you're seeing this online, which gives you a bigger reach, a broader reach, like you mentioned. And I don't really think I've seen any negative as far as people interaction or business interaction, right? It's all been supportive and help each other out kind of theme.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, we're all in this together, whether, it's another pizza place or, it's a burger place or just a restaurant in general. I mean, we're all in the same boat. We all have the same restrictions and, guidelines we have to follow. And, I don't wish any ill will towards anybody. I hope everybody succeeds and I hope everybody comes back, like I said, stronger than ever. And, the way we can do that is by, working together. If, somebody from another location calls and says, hey, I'm out of pizza boxes.
Right.
Could you loan me some pizza boxes? Yeah, that's great. It'll say Lost Pizza on it, but I got you. I can help you out.
That's a fair trade, right? A little advertising on your end for they get the box.
But, and I would hope that, if I reached out to another business and said, hey, I'm running low on X, Y, and Z, could you help me out? My delivery truck doesn't have it. And they would. And I think that's what's great about being here on the coast is we all work together. We all try to take care of each other. We're small enough coastal counties and in cities that, it's like 6 degrees of separation. I may not know you, but I know you through somebody else. And we can all, get through this and prosper. And, once this is all said and done, we can look back on it and go, hey, I remember that. Or, hey, let's actually get together. Let's sit down. Let's talk about things. Let's see what we could do, as a restaurants, to form some kind of, coastal association, or just, an Ocean Springs restaurant association that we can work together and say, this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm seeing. How are your business doing? And, because if one person's business is doing great, typically everybody else is doing the same thing. If they're not, we can all learn from each other.
I agree with that, man. Very well said. Just real quick before we wrap things up, I want to thank you again for taking the time out to do this. Is there anything that you want to say to anybody that's listening to this or watching, that maybe we haven't covered?
No, I mean, I just, I want to thank the entire community, the city of Ocean Springs, Goshen, Pascagoula, every coastal county, our guests, thank you for your support during this time. We know it's been difficult. It's been strange. It's been weird. But, thank you for your support, to all the other local businesses out there, thank you for your support, and partnering up with us on things. And, we're here, if anybody needs anything, and, we'll all get through this together.
That's right. That's right, man. People, good luck. First of all, Eric, to y'all. You said Sunday, right? That's this Sunday for Mother's Day.
This Sunday, 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Like I said, it's a 50% capacity. That's going to be about 45 people that we can hold in the building. We're still doing curbside, takeout, delivery through waiter and pickup and stuff like that. But as far as the inside of the building, we're looking at about 45 people.
Okay. All right, man. Well, good luck to y'all on that. People, reach out to them. What you said, you're on Waiter, right?
Yep, Waiter.
And they're also on Facebook at Lost Pizza Co. Ocean Springs, I believe. You can hit them up there.
That is correct.
See what they got going on. All right, Eric, you have a great evening, man. I appreciate
it. You too, Jared. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.